Hey there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrology for April 2024. And if you like weekly astrological updates and highlights, you might want to come back on a weekly basis, or hell, for that matter, just subscribe. And because I actually do that in addition to my weekly tarot. And if you happen to be watching this before the end of March 2024, might want to hit up my website, integrativemysticism.com, because I've got my 2-week equinox sale going on right now through the 31st, 20% off 1-hour readings with me. And so if you're down for that, head on over there and schedule yourself a session. So what's going on when it comes to your April? April is all about new blank canvases and new roads opening up for everybody. But it seems like everyone gets one big theme that is getting emphasized the most. And for you, it's all about collaborations, contracts, help, and hookups from helpful third parties and allies. And this is all about essentially your network and what is linked up to you through that network. And when we have so much activity in the third house, which is what's going on for you, we've got a solar eclipse new moon here on the 8th, we've got Venus and the sun here pretty much all month long, and we've also got Mercury retrograde here from the 1st through the 25th, all of these concentrated into your third house Aries. This is also going to light up a lot of different corners of your chart, not just communications all by itself. So sit down, we're going to break it down for you. Let's start with this solar eclipse new moon in Aries on the 8th. This is opening up a 3-month window period, starting here in April, but going all the way up to early July, where your whole network is getting transformed. A lot of new helpful third parties are going to be kind of recruiting themselves to your service. And this is also a time where a lot of very important collaborations are going to be forged with and for you. This is a great time for anyone that has been actually looking to maybe get themselves out there into spaces or into situations where they do need that third-party help. And there's all kinds of different reasons people go ahead and do that. If they're looking for designers, if they're looking for agents, if they are looking for publishers, if they are looking for help when it comes to maybe a personal project or their business. This is also a great time when it comes to people matching us up with things that we want to establish commitments with in our life, both on the business level and on a personal level. And so you're going to find a lot of busyness is going on just because of that new moon alone, but some very important launches happening because of it. Mercury retrograde in this part of your chart is also going to bring in a big focus on revisions, reversals, redos, retrievals, and even undos as it relates to important collaborations, contracts, or agreements that maybe have been governing influences in your life up until now. This is a time for renegotiations, especially when it comes to things maybe you think could work better, but also things that you wish to reverse or strike or unmake that you have already been involved with. This is going to be much easier now than at any other given time this quarter. You're also going to find with Mercury retrograde in the third house that, yes, a lot of the more, textbook Mercury retrograde stuff, contract challenges, travel issues, things like that could also be coming up, and a lot of other plans that you may be made for this month could be going through a bit of a jumble. But sometimes this is, yes, frustrating, and yet also there can be some happy accidents that happen because of it as well. The sun here and Venus here, Venus coming in here on the 25th, is pretty much going to be sealing the deal with a lot of gifts coming your way, a lot of new tools, a lot of new hookups, a lot of new accoutrements to make life easy for you. Now, this could literally be new tools, new resources, new devices coming your way, but also with Venus, again, hookups and matchups happening. In fact, for those of you who are maybe looking for new jobs, new work, or you are maybe looking looking to hit the town and meet new romantic partners or romantic interests, maybe you want to try out some help from a helpful third party during this time. You know, friends, colleagues, even dating apps are more successful. That counts as a third party in this case when it comes to matchmaking opportunities. And romantic partnerships themselves, those of you who are in relationships, are also going to find that you and your partner are bonding over joint projects and joint pursuits, and there may even be something that you create as sort of a partner project that really does add an extra dimension to your relationship this month. We've got Mars in Pisces all month long as well, and this is your second house of income, employment, values, and valuables, and this is going to be putting your nose to the grind a lot of April. Mars in the second house is great for our material security because it does bring in a lot of wealth and a lot of advancement at work and in business very quickly, but it is very demanding. We have to be ready to roll up our sleeves and get down to work. You may even find with new work opportunities, if you are looking for new work, you're kind of thrown to the wolves when it comes to Mars in the second house. But this is also a time for permanent solutions and permanent turns from old problems or maybe even old puzzles that have been vexing you professionally or financially. Just keep in mind with Mars in the second house, there can also be a lot more aggressiveness going on in the workplace with colleagues and with clients and customers alike. We have the Sun and Venus entering the sign of Taurus at the back end of the month, the Sun on the 19th and Venus on the 29th. And this is your fourth house of home and family, your living situation and home economy. And this is going to be giving you an opportunity to start planting new roots as we close up April and go into May. Venus is bringing in all of your most important relationships closer to be better bonded. The Sun is helping to clear away any kind of old shadows or old problems that maybe have been following your family, or even things that maybe have been following, in a generational kind of way, passed down from family member to family member, generation to generation. Some of those things could come up to be addressed, and that might be difficult at times. But with the Sun here, there's also going to be an infusion of more lightness and levity and fun. A lot of you are also going to be getting a chance to do some reconnects with aspects of yourself that maybe you left back in the past. Maybe it's a reconnecting with a younger version of yourself and reintegrating into the present. The Sun and Venus here also will be attracting new support and new wealth into your home, and you might find that you and a partner, or maybe the household itself or the family itself, is coming into a much more wealthy way as well as we go into the month of May. Finally, we also have a full moon in Scorpio taking place on the 23rd. And this is in your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, station, promotions, and raises. And when we have a full moon on the 23rd, this opens up a 2-week window period for a big graduation moment for you. This is a promotional moon for the Aquarian people. A lot of the times with the full moon in the 10th house, we get a chance to move on up in the world as it relates to our business or our work. This might be a time to consider, asking for that raise or looking for a higher role or a promotion opportunity at your company. It might be something that opens up for you. It might be something that comes to you or is proposed to you. Some of you may find that this is an internal move. Some of you may find something external to where you are right now. And this can also be a full moon that helps for a lot of you to transition out of maybe a stuck space or a repetitive space as it relates to your business or your career. And some of you may even find that you are overdue to raise your prices if you work for yourself. So that is what I've got for your April Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.